Right, Vera, this week, the first week of July 2018, we're celebrating 70 years of the NHS. Now, you were in the village in Pirton before the NHS started. You used to live at 73 High Street?
That's right,
Yes.
Yeah.
And so what did you do to get, if you wanted the doctor to come or something like that, what did you do? How did you get him to come?
Well, my mother always used to pay in the doctor's club and nurses' club and the hospital.
Yes.
So therefore, you were covered with that, I suppose, really.
Yes.
And then, well, suppose you rang up with the doctor wherever there was a telephone, which wasn't very...
No.
It was very rare.
Was the telephone in the post office?
Yes.
With Mr. Thrussell?
Yeah, and I think Mr. Whedon at the farm, I'm sure he had one.
He had one
at the
too.
same time.
Was that the farm next door to here, Cromwell
That's
Farm?
Right, yeah.
Fred Whedon?
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And sort of, so if when with medicines and things like that, and with paying the club, how did you pay that if it was weekly?
Yeah, monthly, I think it was.
Right, monthly, yes.
There was Martha,
oh yes,
the medicine lady.
Oh yes.
Lived opposite the pond.
That was Martha Whedon?
Yes.
Yes.
And she used to go into Hitchin to the doctors.
Yes.
I think it was Tuesdays and Fridays, or Tuesdays and Saturdays.
Yeah.
And
how did she get there?
She used to walk with her pram.
A pram?
Pick up all the medicines.
Yes.
Or the club cards, tickets or other.
Yes.
Whatever you call them. When anyone was off work or anything and needed one.
Yes.
She used to bring those back as well.
Well, what's the club? What's the if you're off work? What happened if you were off work?
Well, I presume you showed the card, club card, so they knew that you weren't skipping it, I suppose.
Well, do you remember how much you had to pay for the prescriptions and the club card?
I vaguely remember that she used to charge you twopence for fetching the medicine, and I think it was an extra penny for if you had to bring a card as well, or paper, whatever it was.
Yes, to show that you were unfit.
I think,
Yeah, so you had to give to your work to show you were unfit to work.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that was very different. So you really had to pay for the doctor.
Yes.
And when you were a child, did you have any illnesses?
I had the usual childhood one. I did have scarlet fever, which was the worst one.
Oh dear, what happened then?
Well, we had to go to the isolation hospital.
Oh, where was that?
That was up Letchworth Hill.
Oh yes.
Almost opposite. There's two. There's one for scarlet fever and one for diphtheria. There, the two hospitals opposite there. That's where they were. I think it was there for about 6 weeks, something like that.
Oh
Quite
dear.
a while, I know.
How old were you?
Must have been about 10, 9 or 10. Yeah.
What about visitors and things like that?
Well, they could. Oh, we only come. I think it was only on a Sunday, only very rare. But then they had to talk to you through the window.
Oh, because it really was isolation.
Yeah.
And were you there on your own, or were there other people in the hospital, or
Well, when I started, I was in the ward on my own. But then another lady did come in about a week afterwards.
Yes.
There was a few smaller children there, but they weren't in the same ward.
No. And so you had Dr. Grellip then, and he came from Hitchin. Which practice was he in Hitchin then?
The one in Orford Lodge.
Oh right.
Yeah.
And so you started with him.
Yeah.
And now, 96 years later, are you still with him? Or with the practice?
Yes, it's Dr. Sudashan there.
So all those years you've been with the same?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you very much.